In a world where jobs take up a huge portion of our time, shouldn't we be enjoying the work we do and the people who surround us in order to feel motivated and inspired? Do our managers and/or our leaders realize the difference between these two titles, leading and management? Danielle will be exploring the characteristics of managers versus leaders because the two are not synonymous. Danielle Daly.
So I'd like to begin by sharing a story with you all. And I know what you're all thinking. The thought of it makes me hungry as well, but that's not the point here. Back to my first job. At the prime age of 16, I worked at McDonald's. My first manager, emphasis on manager, his name was David Yost. David Yost, professionally and managerially speaking, was very overbearing. And on a personal level, however, he was just as unpleasant. David was the person who had a dictatorship, essentially. He would delegate tasks. He would tell people what needed to be done. He would not lead by example or do any of these tasks himself. He was the textbook definition of a manager in the sense that he was task-oriented. He was a person who focused on the goals and what needed to be done and the bottom line, and he did it in the moment. It was very operational. Now, that being said, this being my first job, I felt this wasn't a healthy way to motivate and inspire people to do good work and to be happy wanting to go to work. I knew there had to be a better way. Now, that being said, this is when I learned the word leader. A leader, as opposed to a manager, is someone who is people-focused. They build relationships with all those around them to inspire and motivate people to do work and to do it in a way that makes them happy and feel like they have meaning and that the work they're doing really makes a difference. A manager, as I said, is task-oriented. They focus on the bottom line and they follow the status quo. Unlike a leader, they are not innovative. They don't seek to really innovate and create their own vision. They just follow what's safe and what's already been laid out for them. A leader is someone who creates a vision, creates something that is not yet a reality so that other people can follow suit and believe it for themselves, whether or not they do right now. Now, I want to tell you a story about the first leader I worked with, might I say. His name was Arthur Wynn. Arthur was the definition of a leader. He was absolutely inspiring. He, with the team every single day, did what we call a stand-up. And no, that's not a comedy routine. Stand-up is where everyone, kind of like this, gets in one space, they review the goals, and they review the specials for the day, and just everything that they need to know to feel motivated and ready for the shift, and to be in a good headspace, to give it their best, and to do their best for themselves and for the team. Arthur did this amazingly. He was knowledgeable, but not condescending, and he taught us and led by example. If there was something he expected you to do, you bet your ass that he knew how to do it as well, and he would show it. Now, he was the kind of person that if he said, "Hey guys, let's all go jump off a bridge," we would all do it. All right, that's a little far. Maybe not that realistic. But he was that admirable, where we all respected him that much. So in sum, to go over the differences once again, Arthur was someone who showed us what could be possible. We worked in a restaurant when he was my leader, and I was a food runner. It didn't feel that way at all. My title was irrelevant. Server, food runner, general manager. Didn't matter who you were. It was for the team, and it was a task that was greater than just one person. Working in that environment as opposed to McDonald's, well, McDonald's itself, again, not the best environment, but David being the manager versus Arthur truly led me to realize I myself want to be a leader. And I've taken those skills with me in my own management experience as well. And I see the difference. Reaching out to people, developing close relationships, and being self-aware, that's something that makes all the difference, not just in a personal setting, but in a professional setting. Rather than manipulating people for your own personal gain or for numbers, really making them feel that they can do a great job even when they don't believe it themselves. That's being a leader. One of my favorite leaders, Simon Sinek, he wisely states that if your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more and become more, then you are a leader. Now that being said, regardless of your occupation, whether you're a doctor, whether you are in the military, whether you're an artist, if you have a vision and you can share that and take on the responsibility of ensuring everyone rises along with you, then you, my friend, are a leader. So manage it wisely. Thank you.